If you think Earth is the only reality that exists in the vast infinity of the universe, you will be surprised. In this episode, we explore the levels of reality. This will be a key insight that can prepare you, not only for your time on Earth, but for your existence in the whole universe far beyond.
Of the majestic mountains of a noble culture stretches the Agora, safe haven of wisdom and a symbol of democratia. Here we will meet for transmissions from the sixth world. This is Agora Zen.
It is pretty obvious, the universe is a huge place, right? It's 2025 and most people are already aware that there are more life forms out there than people can even fathom. But in reality, there's not only horizontal parts of reality which we share with other life forms like ETs or animals on this planet. There are also vertical and very exotic types of reality as well. Even though we're not exploring the very exotic parts of reality, let's dive into the standard model of levels of reality that advanced programs have already explored and laid out quite neatly. And as always, and quote me on that, all models are wrong, but some are useful. Your soul evolution is not bound to planet Earth alone. There's way more realities that you might even think about right now. But let's start with planet Earth, because that is very relatable, right? Because we all kind of appeared here on this planet. Planet Earth is a life sphere, and each and every life sphere comes with certain types of realities and certain life forms that inhabit this planet. The realities that good old Earth can actually display are realities from 1, 2, 3 up to level 4 reality. And as you've heard me speak about the Earth shift, or the time of the shifting, you will probably notice that the planet is already going through something that is completely different to everything else in the history. We're approaching level 4 reality. There will be very, very soon a point where level 4 reality becomes the dominating reality on planet Earth, with all its key features. And what these key features are, we're going to explore today. Most humans for thousands and thousands of years, and still a lot of humans out there, are living inside of a level 3 reality. A level 3 reality is a very kind of limited space. A space that simulates to be linear. That means in a level 3 reality, the most interesting thing for the universe is exploring limitations. A level 3 reality is the only level of reality that can simulate something starting and something ending. Because only in that realm you can be convinced that you are born into something. In reality, the universe, including you, me, all of us, is a quantum continuum. What does that mean? A quantum continuum means the universe has never started and it has never ended. So all these theories of the Big Bang, the universe has always been and will always be. It is just an ontological truth. It exists. In the same fashion, the same way, you've never been born and you also will never die. Well, let's correct that, because you can die, but you will never be dead. So a key feature in a level 3 reality realm like Earth used to be is that beings are convinced and can be convinced of living in a limited space. It is like isolating all conditions that are around it and just focusing on one thing, and that one thing is the limitation. And now we can explore that, and that is one of the features why the universe is doing that, because in a level 3 reality you can explore yourself. A typical feature of level 3 consciousness inside of a level 3 reality is people looking into the mirror and saying, oh, that is something that you can do in a level 3 reality. A level 3 reality is a limited linear space where you get to explore what that limitation means. But if you explore, and the Earth will soon get into the full harmony of level 4 reality, then you will open your eyes and see that the universe is expansive, infinite possibilities. And it's the world of quantum physics that becomes available at a level 4 reality realm. Not only in textbooks, but it becomes a living reality. Realizing, yeah, we are quantum continuum beings. The universe is a quantum continuum, and so are we. But before we go into level 4 reality and beyond, let's explore what the other realities on planet Earth are that you are familiar with, but maybe you've never changed your perspective to even explore what that means. Level 1 reality, a stone, right? A stone is a level 1 reality. Why? Because the only consciousness that is inside of a stone is its own form, its own existence. It only is aware of being a stone. It needs someone else to even move it. The universe does these things on level 1 reality to have literal building blocks for the universe, and it takes quite some time, but it's not impossible to teach a stone how to ascend, actually. And if you look into some of the mysteries that the lost and old civilization that used to inhabit this planet have done, then you will notice that they definitely found ways to bend stones, thinking of pyramids, for example. A level 2 reality, a typical reality for plant life. And fire. So, what is the common denominator of plant life and fire? Well, if you take a flame and you hold another match to it, what do you get? 2 flames. Now, from a human consciousness, that is kind of odd, right? Is that still the same flame? Is that a new flame? What about a salad? You're probably aware that you can take a salad and you can basically live up into eternity from just one salad by taking pieces of the salad, putting it into the soil, making it have roots again, and you have a second salad. But is that a different salad than the first salad? The genetics are definitely the same. It's the same plant, actually. So level 2 reality is a reality where beings not yet experience limitations. They do not experience the I, the ego, or the identification of their existence. It means looking into the mirror and saying, this is me. And then looking into the world and saying, this is the others, right? That is something fire and plants do not usually do. Typically, life forms at level 2 consciousness only operate on what a blueprint tells them, or they orientate themselves towards higher modalities that come from the outside and that prepare them and modulate them and structure them in certain ways that they usually do not question. Fire burns. There is just no doubt about it. And in the same way, fire doesn't have a doubt about burning. Plants do not have a different plan of just growing towards the sun, right? But they are still way more autonomous than just a stone. Now at level 3 consciousness, it becomes really interesting. This is also the time where most life forms, not all life forms, but most life forms develop a soul container. What is a soul container? Well, in the quantum universe, everything is information. So all the information that you take in, you basically take in personal union for the universe. You are collecting information for the bigger all. And hopefully you're collecting some really senseful information. So in the very moment when you look into the mirror and for the very first time said like, oh, this is me? This is me. In that very moment, the universe creates a quantum container, like a little container that has your basically your name on it, and all the information that you collect, they automatically go into that container. The consciousness, the universe creates and collects these information. Why? Well, you could say the universe just loves to collect data because it is an intelligence complex. The universe itself is intelligent and it needs data feedback. Everything is a communication and feedback loop. It needs these information to learn about you. And depending if you're already prepared for that information or not, well, don't want to spoil you, but the universe also has a huge interest in you too. Because ultimately, we are the universe. The universe is just one organism. So ultimately, the universe is very interested in providing you a stabilized home. And that is something that will deeply affect your evolution in the further levels of reality and consciousness. Now, quickly, what is the difference between a level of reality and a level of consciousness? A level of reality applies to the environment, the environmental factors, while the levels of consciousness is something internal. You can go into meditation, you can have really interesting experiences and expand your consciousness beyond the levels of consciousness that are even able to be displayed on this planet, because this planet only knows levels of reality from 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going into 4 very soon. But with your consciousness, you can explore 5, 6, 7. So as a quick reminder, levels of consciousness, internal thing, something that happens with your mind. While levels of reality is something that we collectively share. This is where mental gravitation comes into key. It means that we all kind of collaborate into establishing the rules for the reality that we're living in. But let's talk about level 4 reality. And this is where this planet is right now heading. It means we're saying goodbye to linear physics. It means we're saying goodbye to Newtonian mechanics. It means we are basically exploring the quantum universe. And again, it's becoming a living reality realm. As long as you have 3 dimensions, that creates our 3D environment. But now, what is the 4th dimension? Well, there's no definition to that. There's infinitive possibilities for a 4th dimension. And whatever you want to add to it will change the whole variable, the whole geometry of your reality. So choosing and opting in for a level 4 reality realm, which is already possible on planet Earth. Don't get me wrong, it is already possible. We're just approaching a level where it's for everyone. When you opt into a level 4 reality, life literally becomes limitless. Possibilities, pathways in the universe, everything becomes part of infinite eternity. And that's a lot of stuff to talk about. But here comes the standard model of levels of reality into play. Typically, a level 4 reality realm, what are you going to experience? Well, you are going to experience psychic effects. You will notice that telepathy is a thing. You will notice that you can expand communication above and beyond of only formulating vocal sounds. Now here's a very relatable example. When you press toothpaste on your toothbrush, you're not expecting the toothpaste to go back into the tube, are you? Well, there is no law in physics in a level 4 reality that could not happen. It can. It would not defy any given rule in a quantum universe. The toothpaste can go back into the tube. It's just not very likely, as long as we all agree upon it not being very likely. So as you can see, there are so many modulations and so many wonders happening at level 4 realities. And this will be the given and dominating reality of planet Earth. That other life forms like ETs will be sprinkled into that reality. That is only one factor, and it's not even the biggest factor of it. One of the biggest factors, especially for the All Shift Happily Now community, is learning that the universe is a living organism, that we are connected with this living organism, and that every single piece of information is affecting every single other piece of information too. And the universe at level 4 reality, and that is something we will learn, is loving. Why is it loving? Because the universe knows no separation between itself as a complex and everyone who is embodied within the system. It is such a beautiful learning. Now there are more levels of reality that stretch far beyond level 4 reality. Level 4 reality is actually what we call a gateway experience. It will open us up for the oneness of the universe. Something like opening a portal, a wormhole, something that connects one distant point of the universe with another distant point and makes the space between it so narrow that you can basically walk through it and end up on the other side. That is something that can only happen in a level 4 reality realm. Now a level 5 reality realm is far more exotic, because a level 4 reality realm on Earth will not look as differently. It can look very differently, but usually these changes become gradually or implement themselves gradually into our lives. And the world looks kind of the same, but it has very, very different features, and very different events will take place in a level 4 reality, and you will see that happening. In a level 5 reality, that is something that Earth right now cannot display. Beings that belong to level 5 realities and that visit Earth, well, they will look like orbs flying around, and maybe you've seen these videos of people seeing them in their gardens. That could be such a life form. There's one example that I always give when I'm teaching people reality and the techniques how to thrive in these realities. If you try to plug in your super high-end new gaming console with 8K output into a television from the 1970s that is also like black and white. Well, first of all, probably it's not going to work. But if you make it work, a lot of the information that comes from a level 5 reality will be completely lost because it needs to be downgraded to make it work on the older machine. So a level 5 reality is something Earth cannot display right now, but depends on how we evolve, it will display that at some time. A level 5 reality is far more energetical. It is something where we discover that we are not actually particles, but we are energy, intelligent energy. And that will come with significant differences. The bodies will look different. The bodies will have different features. Bodies will evolve with the levels of consciousness and the environment that they belong to. So a typical life form at level 5 reality will find itself, herself, himself, and beyond inside of a reality realm where time effects can be very different compared to limited time and linear time on planet Earth at level 3 reality. The amount of information at a level 5 reality is way higher. The bodies might be consisting only of pure energy, which means that they can alter and change form way quicker than those bodies that are covered by, earth minerals and basically flesh and blood. Level 5 reality is typically where those beings exist that humans call traditionally light beings. Level 6 reality is becoming aware of the nichts, the void, the nothingness that makes the universe. And it's such an interesting paradox that at one point or another we will be talking about in Agora. Because a level 6 reality doesn't even come with any type of life environment anymore. It is pure nothingness. But, and here's the interesting key insight of level 6 reality, we will experience that we are still something. We still exist ontologically, physically, and factually. We still exist even though we are nothing. In Indian philosophy, this is typically the realm of Shiva. So if you know something about yoga and this system of information, this is the realm where Shiva is residing. And at one point we're going to talk more about this, because this is also the reality realm where Being 6 is living. We are completing this episode of Agora Zen with the reality realm of level 7 reality. Level 7 reality, and describing level 7 reality is kind of impossible right now because we are on a developing path of creating this environment for all of us. It is the stable and most harmonious and beautiful realm that the universe can actually think of. It is the unification of all beings while potentially still remaining individuality. It is one of the end goals of this beautiful universal journey. But we do have evidence that something might come after that too. Now, Being 6 has explained that in a very beautiful way. They told us that the universe has one idea. It wants to take a selfie of ourselves. It wants to know what we look like. That is one of the reasons why we collect all this information. We want to zoom out and at level 7 reality look at ourselves and think like, yes, that is us. And this is the way how the universe finds itself and its own mirror. Something that you can do by just going in the bathroom and looking into your mirror. That is something the universe is doing at level 7 reality. Let me know if you want to know more of the levels of reality or the levels of consciousness. And I'm super excited to see you again very, very soon in Agora Zen. Also, something that you should know is Agora is a physical place that we designed in the All Shift Happily Now community. You can join us there. The link is in the description. We meet once a month, and for the price of just one coffee, you can explore all these key insights into the universe with a beautiful, beautiful Agora community. So I hope to see you there. And until then, happy shifting.